the customer, identifying the right amount of people, the right kind of people or customers who would buy your product. For that, you need to understand the customer's wants and need. You need to identify that who's the target and how to reach those target. What what are their want, what are their need, what are their problem, what are the things that they require which are not available in the market. So who is seeking those values and who are actually willing to pay for it. So that is your identifying the target market or identifying the customer is one of the main role of marketing. Satisfying the customer with the offer or with the product or the services is the second role. Making the right product and the right service available to the right people at the right time with the right money is hoping that that would satisfy the customer. Making everyone feel better off from the exchange is what customer satisfying customer is all about. And hopefully, if the customer are satisfied, they're going to tell more people about it, and hopefully more customer would come to your will come to your business and would get more of your product and the services. Now, the third role of the marketing is to retain the customers. As we said that not only it's not going to be a one time, we have to make sure that it's not going to be just a one time purchase, but it's going to the customer will become your loyal customer and your permanent customer, so that the customer would stay and would continue to purchase the product and the services. So giving customers the reason to keep coming back and finding opportunity to win their business, uh, finding new opportunity to win their business, which means finding opportunity so that you can get them to like your product, and to finding opportunities or finding ways so that uh, you can get them to buy your product and services, so that you can get their money and you can get the products, the profit from them. Okay, so these are the few roles of the marketing. Okay, now the five core marketing place concepts are basically these: want, need, demand, market offering, um, which can be anything regarding product, services, and experiences. Then we have values and satisfaction, and then exchange and relationship, and fifth is market offers. Okay, now let's start with the first: want, need, and demand. So what's a need? According to the marketing definition, it's the recognition of the gap between the consumer actual state and the ideal state. So it's actually a gap. Now, when we talk about actual state, it is the condition in which the customer is currently in, and which is and the situation in which the customer would really want doesn't want to be remain in, and certainly they want to be in the ideal state, or the state in which they want to move to. This could be that if a customer has a low end cell phone, and they wish to get a high end cell phone. So this is clearly a gap between the actual state, what they actually have and what they actually desire. So there's a gap between the ideal state and the actual state. So this is what we call gap, in which the marketers call it a need. So if there is a gap that exists between the actual state and the ideal state, then this is what we call a need. Okay, now there's a another definition which is called, it is the state of being felt deprivation. Felt deprivation means something is missing from your life, and you desperately want to have, and you have a strong feeling that you should get that. And this is what felt deprivation is all about. So when the marketer says that you feels that something is missing from their life, and you are quite desperate in order to get it, so this is what we call need. And if there's a need, we can offer you something in order to get you out from this desperation. And actually this is called felt deprivation. So this is a need. And the last, the definition of the need, which is actually an economic definition, is called a thing that is necessary for an organism to live a healthy life. A deficiency causes dysfunction or death, which means um, anything that helps the organism or helps the human or animal or whatever in order to live a healthy life, in order to sustain its life, in order to keep its life from decaying. If the thing or the if the thing or the something which is quite essential for the life, it doesn't reach the organism or to the human, this would result in a dysfunction of the body, or may cause death as well. So if a man is left in a desert for a day or two, and without the necessary means to survive, so maybe a water bottle, or maybe a water or food, a shelter, maybe these are basically the needs of that person. So so need is, let me recap that again. Need is the recognition of the gap between the consumer actual state, a state where the consumer is actually in a position in the what the consumer is actually at, and the ideal state where the consumer wants to be or wants to have. So if there is a gap between the ideal state, actual state, and the ideal state, if there is a gap, if something is missing, it means that it's a need. And the second definition is the state of being felt deprivation, which means that the strong feeling of that something is missing from the life. That something can be food, something can be a house, or something can be a car, something can be a diamond ring, something can be a luxury yacht or something. If you have a strong feeling of that is something that you need to have, now that is something, they call it, it's a need which can be addressed. So by this definition, yes, marketers can create need. But if the definition is this, which is an economic definition, the things that is necessary for a organism, a human being, to live a healthy life, then by this definition, marketers cannot create need. Need is something which occurs naturally in the human and in the living organism, and which cannot be created. It is something which is there, and marketers cannot create need. Okay. Now, next is